Yo, what's going on guys, it is Cynnnical, and today for you guys I'm bringing you a short analysis on the new Kingdom Hearts 3 footage that we received yesterday at the start of the new Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 English trailer that Square Enix uploaded to the official Kingdom Hearts YouTube channel. So decided to bring you a short analysis. I know it's only like 30 seconds or whatnot, even shorter than that actually, but it is new Kingdom Hearts stuff, and I mean, it's not like we get new Kingdom Hearts 3 footage, you know, left, right, and center. And if we did, I probably wouldn't be doing an analysis video, but there's a few interesting things I do want to go over, and it does display a few new sort of things. I was actually meant to get this out yesterday, but I sort of looked at my channel and I already had like 4 videos uploaded, and funnily enough, the Unchained Key guide that I brought out yesterday, I didn't actually mean to upload that. That was kind of already scheduled on my channel from ages ago, and I forgot that it was scheduled, so that was kind of an accident. But anyway, I'm bringing this to you guys now, so hopefully you enjoy, and let's get on with it. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually the audio that is going on during this small segment, and obviously it is the conversation between young Xehanort and young Ericus. Now, obviously this conversation is very familiar to us as it's already in the trailer that we received at E3.
Have you heard of the ancient Keyblade War?
Yeah, the Master's favorite story.
So, you know the Lost Masters.
But it's actually an extended kind of piece of their conversation. Now, most of it is already stuff that we have heard until it comes up to Ericus's part where he starts talking.
But unlike darkness, there's more light that meets the eye.
And he says, but unlike darkness. Now, when he says, but unlike darkness, that is actually a sort of small segment of the conversation between them two that he actually didn't say during the Kingdom Hearts 3 E3 trailer. So I thought I'd just mention that just in case you guys are unaware. Basically, yeah, they sort of decided to add in that small little segment of that conversation that actually wasn't in the E3 trailer. And if you guys don't know, basically this scene or conversation between the two sort of young boys is actually the start of Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, this scene is actually going to play, and that conversation will obviously be the full conversation when you first start up Kingdom Hearts 3 and start up a new game. So just in case you guys didn't know that, there it is. So the first sort of notable thing that we see is the scene between Sora and the Rock Titan. Obviously the Rock Titan has been displayed many of times in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, but this time we get a sort of different view or angle of the fight between Sora and the Rock Titan. And what is most notable about this scene is the fact that Sora is using the Keyblade transformation, which is the dual shooters, which is really cool. We see him using a kind of spin attack, so basically like spins around, shooting out all these projectiles, these magic projectiles, and you'll notice that there is like lock-on reticles for both of the heads of the Rock Titan, which is really interesting. So that spin attack looks like it can hit multiple targets, which is really cool. So like when you're out in the battlefield, basically you'll be able to kind of perform that spin attack, and it's going to be able to, you know, just randomly sort of seek out you know, targets in the area, which is going to be a really nice AoE, area of effect attack to use. And then of course, once he's finished spinning, he sends out a final blast, which I suppose would probably you know, inflict quite a lot of damage. What is cool though is, yeah, obviously Sora is in mid-air while he's doing this, and he doesn't sort of, you know, float down towards the ground, so gravity doesn't really have an impact on Sora while he's performing this move, which is actually pretty interesting, but cool nonetheless. So next we come up to a scene between Sora fighting the, what looks to kind of be the Minotaur Heartless, which is set in the Olympus Coliseum world, or the Mount Olympus world. Now what's interesting about this scene is definitely what Sora's doing, his combos or his attacks, which look super fast, like a lot more sped up and not sort of slow and sluggish like they kind of were in the E3 2015 trailer that we got earlier on this year. They kind of looked really slow And that was one thing that kind of worried me about the combos and stuff when I, you know, first saw, you know, the E3 trailer. It reminded me a lot about the combos in Birth by Sleep, and I think sort of because of the fact that the Osaka team was the team that also developed Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, it sort of got me worried that perhaps maybe the combos in Kingdom Hearts 3 are kind of going to be a little bit similar to that of Birth by Sleep's combos. But this has sort of reassured me, this small little segment here, seeing, you know, Sora perform this kind of really fast, quite fast combo, that it's going to be more aiming towards the speed of combos in Kingdom Hearts 2. But the combo itself is actually really interesting. We see that Sora hits multiple targets while he's performing this, like, you know, kind of spin, you know, swipe and slash combo, which is really interesting. We can see that he hits like quite a few of the Minotaurs in that area, so it's not like this combo is just locking on to one enemy that we're used to when we perform our basic combos. But then again, speaking of which, you know, is this actually a basic combo, or is it part of some sort of magic attack or special ability? Because we can see that there is some sort of special effect, you know, that sort of comes out of the Keyblade while he's performing this, sort of like these glowing lines to show where the Keyblade swiped or something. But, you know, there is a special effect definitely present there, so it kind of makes me think, is that part of the normal combo? Like, is that what happens when you perform a normal combo or something like that? I don't really know. It could be some sort of ability similar to that of like Ars Arcanum or Blitz or something that you sort of activate in the field, but yeah, it looks interesting. So the next scene we see Sora using the Chariot Keyblade transformation in a very notable scene, and of course this scene where Sora is in the same environment at kind of the start of the gameplay segment of the E3 2015 Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Now, of course, there really isn't anything different going on in this scene. It's just basically Sora using the Chariot Keyblade transformation in a different setting. But I think something that should be noted, just to refresh your guys' brains, is basically you can use these Keyblade transformations anywhere and stuff like that, so just know that. They don't have to be at special sort of moments or anything like that. Once the conditions in the battlefield have been met to activate the Keyblade transformation, then of course you can go ahead and do that. The next scene we see Sora in Twilight Town, and of course he is in a group encounter of quite a lot of different Heartless, of course, which is really cool. But what is most notable about this scene is, of course, I mentioned this yesterday, Sora is performing what looks to be like a new and improved sliding dash. Now, sliding dash, I believe that's the name of the ability, correct me if I'm wrong, but that ability has been present in Kingdom Hearts for quite a long time now. It was in Kingdom Hearts 1, it was in Kingdom Hearts 2, and it was very useful. Basically, if your enemy, you know, that you were locked onto was some distance away, if you had the sliding dash ability equipped, basically Sora would perform this slide towards the enemy, and, you know, he would go up and attack it. And it's basically a real sort of smooth and quick, fast attack that speeds you up to the enemy and gets you right into the combat. But sort of what's making me think otherwise is he's kind of sliding away from the enemy. But perhaps maybe that's now part of the sliding dash, but then again, I'm really not too sure. It's clear to see that this ability that Sora is actually using in this scene does inflict some sort of damage, because once he performs it, he actually like hits into one of the enemies, and it's clear to see that, you know, the enemy did inflict some sort of damage. But yes, very interesting. Also, in terms of the fire that is present in this scene, it's kind of unknown whether or not an enemy planted that fire there, whether it's actually from a Heartless somewhere in the battlefield. Whether or not Donald is, you know, that's part of one of Donald's moves, because obviously Donald can't actually be seen in this shot, so perhaps he casted a fire spell or something off camera. But yeah, it's kind of interesting about the fire, as it's kind of just there. And the last notable scene is basically Sora in the Kingdom of Corona, which is the Tangled world, and he is equipped with the Bazooka Keyblade transformation. Now, I really like this scene just mainly because of the fact that it gives us a nice view of the bazooka as a whole. Obviously in the E3 2015 trailer, we saw the bazooka, but it was more so in the effect of its, you know, the actual Keyblade transforming into the bazooka and it in sort of an animated stance. But whereas in this scene, we actually see it with Sora just sort of kind of normally running around with it, and it's just sort of sitting there on his shoulder, and it looks so freaking awesome. But what is cool is, like I mentioned yesterday, Sora can actually use like melee combos with this, and it looks like there's also kind of set combos with these different Keyblade transformations as well. And the notable combo that is with the bazooka is like you hit the enemy like 2 times, and at the end of the combo you send out a massive blast projectile. So there's probably a lot of different sort of combos and different abilities attached to these Keyblade transformations, which is actually really cool. It's going to be cool to kind of explore each of the different combos and abilities of each Keyblade transformation. But otherwise, guys, that is basically the stuff that I picked out. Not too much, because obviously this is just a very small little bit of new goodness, right? But I thought I'd just sort of share my thoughts and opinions and what I sort of found and picked out during this little segment. So if you guys found out anything else, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.